Hello guys, welcome to Angular tutorial from basics to advanced part 2. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about installation and setup for our Angular development or Angular learning purpose. There are mainly three softwares or tools we need to install or set up in our system. What are those three? First one is Node. First one is Node. Second one is Angular CLI. Second one is Angular CLI. Third one is Visual Studio Code. Okay. First one, what is Node? Okay. Node is a server contains JavaScript runtime environment. Node is a server that contains JavaScript runtime environment. Generally, we call it as JavaScript engine. JavaScript runtime environment, we call it as JavaScript engine. In browsers, we can find this runtime environment. In browsers, we can find this JavaScript runtime environment. In a node server, there is a most important command that is called npm. In node server, we have this command called npm. It is the most important command. By using npm command, we can download and install lot of JavaScript libraries, JavaScript frameworks, and CSS related libraries and frameworks. Node.js is a combination of JavaScript runtime environment and npm tool. Node.js is the combination of these two, that is JavaScript runtime environment and npm tool. After installation of Node.js, we get two things. After installing Node.js in our system, we get two things, that is JavaScript runtime environment and npm tool. The second tool for Angular development, that is Angular CLI, command line interface. CLI stands for command line interface. Command line interface. It contains tools required to develop Angular applications. Angular CLI contains tools that required to develop Angular applications. And then we are going to need an editor. In my case, I'm going to use Visual Studio Code, and you can use any of the editor that is available in the market, that is up to the user or a developer. In my case, I'm using Visual Studio Code. Studio Code is an excellent code editor with great extensions. It has great extensions, okay, for our productivity. One thing we need to understand, that is Visual Studio Code is not an IDE like Visual Studio. Okay, it is just an editor with great extensions. So all of this installation and setup we will be seeing one by one. First thing what we are going to need, that is Node server. How we can download and install Node server? Open the browser, open the system browser. I'm opening Google Chrome in my case. In your case, it might be Firefox or Edge or something like that, any of the browser. Go to the nodejs.org. You just want to type nodejs.org. Otherwise, you can just give the full name, that is https www.nodejs.org. Okay, hit the enter. Now in the home page itself, we have the options to download this node. By default, the installation file, by default, the installation file it is going to offer us, that is Windows 64. That is because I'm using 64-bit environment. That is because I'm currently using 64-bit system. If in case, if your system is 32-bit, you can just choose other downloads. Okay, other downloads. There you'll be finding the 32-bit version. Okay, here 32-bit version is there. If your system is 32-bit, then you can go for 32-bit. And here there are two main download options are there. First one is recommended for most users. Second one is latest features. The download or the setup that is having the latest features, and the download or installation file that contains the recommended features for most of the users. So I'm going to download this recommended one, recommended for most users, that is 12.16.2 long term support, or long term support. This one I'm going to download here. Just click on this button or link. It is about 18 MB, 18.8 MB. After successful installation, just click on that file. If it is displaying below your browser window, in my case in the Chrome browser, it is the downloaded file, it is going to display at the bottom. Otherwise, you need to choose these three dots and click on downloads. There you can find all the downloaded files. Okay, just clicking on this option, show in folder. In the downloads, I'm just clicking on this option, show in folder. Okay, now I'm just double clicking on this downloaded file for installation. The installation window it is appearing. Now click on the next. Click on next. Accept the license terms and conditions. Hit the next. So here comes the changes that I need to make. That is, I'm not going to install it in a default directory that is suggested by the node installation. Instead, I'm going to install it in a different drive other than C. Why? Because in C drive there are OS files. Okay, there are a lot of OS files. I'm not going to interrupt the performance of the system by installing this development softwares in the OS drive itself. That is already contains the OS. So that is why I'm changing the direct drive here. In my case, D drive, development softwares. So here I'm going to here I have already one folder called Node.js 12. So I'm going to just rename it as Node.js, simply Node.js. Okay. So in this directory or in this folder, I'm going to install this node. Here change is the change button. Click on that and you can direct this installation to that particular folder, that is D drive, development softwares, and Node.js. This is the folder. Okay. Yes. Now click on next. And here you don't want to change anything. Okay. Here there is an option for add to path. Okay. It is going to eliminate our explicit setting of path in the path environment or a system environment. Okay. If you are just clicking on this, this feature will not um, available or unavailable. It won't be installing. Then you need to set the path explicitly in the system environment. It is going to install or it is going to set the path for us automatically. Just click next. So here is an option called automatically install the necessary tools. The this is going to install this Chocolately. The script will pop up a new window after the installation completes. Okay, we don't need this as of now. You can just click on next. Don't need to click on this checkbox, leave it as it is. Just hit the next and click on install, and it is going to install in our system. That's it for installation. After this we may get installation successful window, and you might want to just click on that finish button. If the Windows is asking you for to permit this file installation in your system, you need to click yes. Then this installation will be performing. Installation successfully finished, and we are getting the um, done message like Node.js has been successfully installed. You just want to click on this finish button. And how can we make sure that Node is installed in our system? Open command prompt. If you are not having command prompt on the taskbar, just click on the start logo on Windows environment. Just start to type cmd. Okay, you'll be getting this command prompt. So then you can choose pin to taskbar. Then directly you can launch the command prompt from the taskbar itself. In my case, I have already pinned it to the taskbar. I'm just clicking on this command prompt. If you are already running command prompt while installing this node, you should close that command prompt, and once again you need to open a new command prompt. Why? Because path is updated. If you are using the old command prompt itself, the installation entry, you won't be finding it in the command prompt that you have previously or already using command prompt. That is why you need to open a new command prompt. So how we can know that node is got installed successfully in our system? There is a command called node double hyphen or double dash version. This is the command we are going to use to check whether node server it is installed it in our system or not. Node double hyphen version, enter, and we are getting version as 12.16.2. Okay, and we need to also check for npm version, npm double hyphen version. What is the version of npm? Npm stands for Node Package Manager. NPM stands for Node Package Manager. NPM version is 6.14.2. Okay, done. And we have successfully installed Node in our system. And we have got two things, that is JavaScript runtime environment and as well as NPM Node Package Manager. NPM, it is Node Package Manager. Okay, so next software or tool what we are going to install, that is Angular CLI, Angular command line interface. Command line interface. How we can install this command line interface? Open command prompt. Here we need to trigger this command, that is we have already got npm, we have got npm tool. So by using that tool, npm space install space -g, in a sense it is global. Let me just change the font size here. Mm, make it 28. npm -g at angular slash CLI. Okay, this is enough. npm install -g at angular slash CLI. This is the command to install Angular CLI, Angular command line interface. -g, in the sense -g option, it is called global. Okay, it is for global, and we know about npm. This is the command to get the Angular CLI. Enter. You just need to enter. After entering this command, after typing this command, you just need to press enter. It is going to need some time, few minutes. Okay, you need to have good internet connection. That is the main thing. You need to have good internet connection. Lot of files will be downloading and installing. It is gonna take few minutes. Okay, successfully we have installed this tool, Angular CLI. This is the message I'm getting. Added 25 packages from 32 contributors, removed 5 packages, updated 54 packages, and moved one package in some seconds. Okay. So the next thing what we are going to need, that is Visual Studio Code for our development, for our learning purpose. It is an editor. Visual Studio Code is an editor. So the same thing, that is we need to first download. Okay, we need to first download it. Go to the browser. In the browser bar, you need to type this http. Most of most of the case they will be using https, okay, instead of http. Code dot visual visualstudio.com. Code.visualstudio.com. Okay, slash download. This is the URL you need to enter in the browser bar. Go to that URL. So here we are getting this. According to your system, if your system is Windows, you can download the Windows version. If your system is Linux based, you can download the Linux based distribution. If your system is Apple, Mac, okay, you can download Mac version. Here we have 3 installation files. What is this user installer? If you are going to download this user installer, it is going to install it in a user folder, and this installation doesn't need administration administrator privileges. Okay, if you are going to download this user installer, it is going to install it in user folder, and it doesn't need administrator privileges. Then we have the system installer. It is for all the users. It is for all the users. It is going to install for all the users, and it does need administrator privileges. It does need administrator privileges according to your system architecture. Whether if your system is 64-bit or if it is 32-bit, you can download that version of the installer. So in my case, that is 64-bit architecture. I'm going to download this. If your system is 32-bit, you can choose 32-bit installer. And I'm going to choose user installer. Okay, I'm going to choose user installer. So I'm clicking on this installer, 64-bit user installer. And you can also check it out that by clicking on this just by clicking on the default file link they have provided. What is the file they are going to provide? That is user setup as well, right? Okay, we have downloaded this Visual Studio Code. Okay, it is an editor. It is not an IDE like Visual Studio. It is an excellent editor. Uh, as far as my recommendation, or in my opinion, it is excellent editor, and it has some great extensions for developer productivity. So go to the Visual Studio Code for installation. So just click on this downloaded file. You can find the downloaded file in the in this three dots and downloads, right? So this is the installation window we are getting. Setup Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So accept the license agreement, hit the next, and here as well I'm going to install it in other drive rather than installing it in the C drive. So go to the folder that is development softwares in the D drive. Here I have this VS Code. What I do is I'll just rename it to the, I'm just removing the space here. Okay, remove any space in between. We don't need to give any space. Okay, to avoid future problems, you should avoid spaces in the file. VS Code, that's it, without giving any space. Okay, just direct the installation to that folder. Click on browse, and I have created a folder called development softwares. In the development softwares, I have created VS Code. Okay, this is the folder which I want to install Visual Studio Code. Hit the OK, and I'm just deleting the auto auto folder name that is generated by the installation. I'm just giving like this, VS Code. Okay, in this directory I wanted to install Visual Studio Code. I'm just hitting next. um, D development softwares VS Code already exists. Would you like to install to that folder anyway? I'm just clicking on S. Okay. Just click on S, and make sure that you don't have any space in the folder name. Okay, like I have done before. I don't have any space in the folder name. Click on next and click on S, and it is asking to create create the start menu folder. I'm just clicking on next. Okay, and to create a desktop icon, I don't need desktop icon, and here I need add open with code action to Windows Explorer file context menu. Yes, I want that. And add open with code action to Windows Explorer directory context menu. This also I want, and mm, this I don't want necessarily to register code as an editor for supported file types. Okay, then must and should, you should click this. Okay, you should check this add to path. Okay, requires shell restart. That is to we have seen that we need to open new command prompt, right? And if you are not giving like if you are not checking this box, you need to explicitly set the path. Okay, that we don't want. It is automatically going to set the path for us. Okay, you can just click the next. Make sure that you properly select the checkbox and click the next, and the final, that is click on install. Click on install. Now you need to just click on finish. Launch Visual Studio Code. Yeah, okay, I'm going to launch this Visual Studio Code now. Hit the finish. It is going to open Visual Studio Code now. Now the Visual Studio Code has opened after installation that we have we just selected that the checkbox to open the Visual Studio after installation finished. So that is why we are getting this Visual Studio Code opened automatically. Now there are several ways to open Visual Studio Code. The first one, general, it is by just going to this Windows icon, and you can start to type Visual Studio Code. Okay, there you'll be getting this entry. You can just click on this open. So also I'm making it as to pin to the taskbar so that I can launch it from my taskbar straight away. Okay, you can also make it. You can just click on this pin to taskbar. That is one way. Okay, we can click on this file and it will be opened. So what is another way? I'm just creating one new folder in the desktop. New folder. I'm just naming it as example. Opening that folder, and one more folder I'm creating called app, something like that. Okay, I'm not selecting this app in the directory itself. Okay, in the example folder or directory itself, I'm just right clicking, and here I'm getting one option called open with code. This is what exactly we have done, that we have selected the checkbox while installing. Okay, um, so we can open the Visual Studio Code here itself. Okay, that is, this is another way. And you can select this app and right click. You can select this folder. Inside the example folder, we have another folder called app folder. You can select that folder and right click, and you can select open with code. This also you can do. And another interesting way, one more way is there. So here I'm just going to this folder URL. I'm opening command prompt here. So just to type cmd, it will be opening the command prompt. We can open from the command prompt. How we can launch the Visual Studio Code from the command prompt? Let me open my customized command prompt. Mm, I'm just copying this folder path. I'm opening command prompt, cd paste, and here what I'll do is code space dot. What this command does is it will open the Visual Studio Code in the specified path. In our case, that is desktop users Vijay desktop example folder. Okay, in this folder it is going to open the Visual Studio Code. Enter, and Visual Studio Code will be opening in this folder. All right, so these are the few ways we can open this Visual Studio Code, and we have finished our development setting up of development environment. We have
Forgetting out the coupe at the lot. Tony fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s.